Hope your Tuesday's going well. You can always follow the show. We stream it live on the 620 WTMJ Twitter page and on the Facebook page. We're honored to be joined in the studio by Milwaukee Police Officer Herbert Davis. Officer Davis, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
I want to thank you right out of the gate for what you do for our community. Most of us, when we go to work, don't worry about getting beat up, don't worry about getting shot, don't get worried about being disrespected. You do all that, and you do it to serve the rest of us. And thank you so much for doing that every single day.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
You're a young guy.
Yes, sir.
How old are you?
26.
How long have you been a police officer?
I started when I was, I got promoted in 2016. So I've been a police officer for almost 7 years.
Okay. So tell me about your journey. Did you always want to be a police officer? How did you end up heading down this path?
So I did, ever since I was little, I always looked at police officers as role models. I've always, went to the stores with my mom and my dad and wanted the handcuffs and wanted the badges. And I've always wanted, anything if there was, forensic, type of kits. I always wanted that type of stuff.
TV shows? Did you like those kind of TV shows?
Oh, most definitely. I always watched Law and Order growing up and wanted to watch, Rush Hour and all of the other, cop shows and TV shows, everything. I've always wanted to. So after high school, I started as a police aide at 18.
And then you graduated from that basically and were able to become a police officer. Is that how that works?
Yes. So I was a police aide from age 19 to 21. And then in December of 2016, after my birthday, I was promoted to police officer.
Oh, that's awesome.
And Milwaukee's become home to you now, right? I mean, I know Ohio's your roots, right? But you ended up in Milwaukee somewhere along the line.
Right. Yes. I I've been living in Milwaukee, Wisconsin since maybe 7 or 8 years old, and I haven't moved since. So yes, this is my home.
Tell me about what your family thinks about what you do. Are they just so proud?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Mom, dad, grandparents, aunts, uncles, they all love the fact that I did what I set out to do.
Mm-hmm.
Since I was a child, I've always wanted to be a police officer, and they really respect the position. However, but it does carry some fears with them, and they are, they're loving, they're supportive, but they do always have that little, scare to them, knowing what I do.
The worry.
Yes.
Milwaukee Police Officer Herbert Davis with us on WTMJ. Tell us about the incident that took place at St. Paul and 21st Street.
It was life-changing. It was something that I'll live with for the rest of my life, but I am happy that I am here. I'm happy that I was given a second chance. I was given a second chance to be grateful and thankful for everything that I have. Me and my fiance are able to, continue to love each other, build our relationship, and start a family. I'm grateful for all my family. And even after this incident, the police department flew my mom out from Texas, flew my sister out from Alaska. So all the love and support I've been given, it's really been eye-opening.
Were you wearing a bulletproof vest?
Yes.
Did that save your life?
I would believe so. I would say at the end of the day that I believe that God is the one that saved my life and has been looking over me since day one, and definitely looked over me at that time.
So we've seen the video of you. You were released from the hospital. First off, let me ask you about that. Your colleagues were there. The city turned out to show you how much they respect you. What was that like? It was almost miraculous. You're shot multiple times and you walk out of the hospital shortly after that, and then to receive that reception. What was that like? Mind-blowing.
It was encouraging. You're laying in a hospital room and you reflect on everything, and to come out and see all of my family, to see all of my brothers and sisters that I work with, and to see all that love and support, and knowing that they had my back that day of the incident, they had my back then, and they also were supporting my family. It meant a lot.
So we've all now seen the video because you got to celebrate again a few days later. Your Bengals, Greg mentioned it. You spent time in Ohio. going to the Super Bowl, that video, that moment, that celebration. How did you become a Bengals fan? Was it from the time you spent in Ohio? Was it a thing that your dad rubbed off on you? Why the Bengals?
A little bit of both. So my dad is a avid Ohio fan. He is, we're both fans of the Ohio State University. We're both, he's a Cincinnati Bengals fan, a Cincinnati Reds fan. So growing up, me and my dad were like best friends, and we still are to this day. So that rubbed off on me absolutely 100%. So growing up, I think probably at the age of 6 to 7, I started watching football, started watching baseball, and the Bengals were always the game that he had on. So I always cheered for the Bengals. And as I've gotten older, that love has just grown and grown and grown. And I've never wavered. There's been some very down years. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've had some very long, hard off seasons where I felt like I was a player or a coach, because it's as strongly as I felt for the team. But, to see that happen, to see this happening this year, it has been incredible. And
they're going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
They haven't even been to the playoffs in your lifetime.
I know, seeing that first playoff win to me was already like, wow, I got to see the Bengals win a playoff game. I haven't, everybody talks about this 33-year drought, and then to see 2 playoff wins. And then the third one, 21-3 deficit. I'm thinking to myself, okay, well, hey, we're on the right path. And then to come back and win the game, I obviously I was very emotional, and I still am. And I'm just happy to see them in this position, and I hope they pull it out. I really do, and I'll be cheering them on.
Officer Davis, I want to bring in our Good Karma Brands Vice President and Market Manager, Steve Wexler, who also wanted to thank you. Wex, good afternoon. You're on with Officer Davis.
Hey, John and team and officer, thank you for sharing your story with our audience and with the state and with our community today. We're just so appreciative of everything you've done, and it's an inspiration, frankly, to hear how you followed your dreams. And we're so grateful that you're able to share your story with us today.
Thank you. I appreciate you very much. Thank you.
Well, we also wanted to, hearing your story, here at Good Karma Brands, we're a locally owned broadcast and marketing company, officer. So, all of our teammates and our company, we're headquartered in Milwaukee, and like you, this is our home. And when we heard your story, you touched all of us, and we wanted to let you know this afternoon that not only are you going to be able to cheer on those Cincinnati Bengals in the Super Bowl, but we have made arrangements for you to be at the Super Bowl in Los Angeles to see your Cincinnati Bengals. And it's all because of you, not because of us, because of the service that you've provided. And we wanted you and a guest to enjoy airfare that we will take care of. We have 2 tickets for you to be at the Super Bowl in LA. We've got hotels so that you could have a nice, relaxing stay. And we're going to throw a couple $1,000s of cash for spending money so that you can, buy a banner or a hat or a koozie or something cool to remember the experience. So it is just a token of our appreciation for your service, your commitment, and the inspiration that you've brought to all of us, officer.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
You don't need to thank us. The thanks are going to you, and it's really, a token of our appreciation. And I know that I speak not only on behalf of all of our teammates at WTMJ and Good Karma Brands, but everybody within earshot of our conversation, officer, that we're all with you. We've got your back. We appreciate you, and we want you to have a great time in LA. And who knows, maybe you're going to be there to see a Cincinnati Bengals Super Bowl victory. Wouldn't that be an amazing ending to this journey for you?
Yes, it would. I don't even know what to say right now. I just thank you very much.
Thanks,
You
Wex.
are welcome. Blessings, officer. Thank you, John.
Well, we want to thank you. I sit in this chair and I get tired sometimes of listening to people rough up our city, and it's got problems, and we're sorting through those problems. But you sitting here, you're the shining example of what's right with this city. Someone who loves the city enough that you put on a uniform and you go out there and you do your job every single day, and you do it to make this place a better place to live. And we need to thank you. because what you do every single day makes a real difference. Some people talk about making a difference. Officer Davis, you make a difference. Thank you for that.
Thank you. Is there, can I say something?
You can say whatever you want. Yep.
That's it.
Can you believe it?
I can't.
Yeah.
I can't. But these last couple of days, and I was talking to my fiance about it. Once this all started getting into traction, and people started saying like, "Oh, get him to the Super Bowl, get him to the Super Bowl," and obviously you hope for it, and I'm very appreciative of it and thankful for it. But I've also had a little bit of an emotional sorrow and guilt as well. The city has seen two police officers, two law enforcement officers get shot in the last couple of weeks. Christian Almonte and Andy Wilkowitz, who obviously works with MPD, and who I worked with for a little bit of time. And as happy as I was that, people wanted to see me, have this happy time, and I'm enjoying it. However, I was just thinking to myself, like, these guys suffered the same thing that I suffered through, and their families are going through this as well. And it kind of felt as if I'm getting so much recognition. What are they getting? How do they feel? So I told my fiance, if I was granted the opportunity to be able to go to the Super Bowl, and I thank and appreciate all you guys, and thank you for guys making that happen, I want to get them there as well. My family has set up this GoFundMe account, and the citizens and everyone who has donated, I love each and every single one of you. I appreciate every single one of you. But I want to share this moment with Almonte and Wilkowitz as well. So I'm going to reach out to them and use all the donations that everyone has donated me to get them there as well, and hopefully buy both of them Super Bowl tickets if that's what they wish, or at least donate to a cause that they would like, just for they know, hey, I'm their brother as well. They're my brothers in blue. We all have to stick together, and I want them to know that, although I want them to know that I've been there with them, and I've been thinking about them as well, even going through what I've been going through.
That's so generous. And to that point, you can go to Almonte has a GoFundMe page set up. You can help him and his family by finding that at GoFundMe for Christian Almonte. Andy Wilkowitz, also released from the hospital recently. That is so generous of you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for doing that.
Wouldn't it be great if you all could go together?
It would be
That'd
great.
be pretty amazing. Do you know who you're going to take with you? Your fiance, I'm guessing?
My fiance does not like to go to football games with me. We went to the Green Bay Packer game earlier this year, and obviously the Bengals lost that game, and she says I get too frustrated when my team loses. One of the reasons why I have to stay in the basement when my team is playing. So it's definitely my dad. My dad is my best friend, and as much as I am happy and excited about this would mean the world to him just as much as it would mean to me. And to share that moment with them, hey, it's the Cincinnati Bengals. This isn't the New England Patriots. This isn't the Green Bay Packers. Cincinnati hasn't been in the Super Bowl since the 80s. I wasn't even born. I wasn't even a thought at that time. So hopefully we both get to see a win. And I'm just so appreciative. And they say God works in mysterious ways, and this was one of them. I'm just so thankful and grateful for everything.
Milwaukee Police Officer Herbert Davis, we are so grateful and thankful for you and what you do for our community. So thank you for coming into the studio. We sure appreciate it. Thank you for everything you do for all of us. Thank you.
Thank you.
It is 3:57 at WTMJ.
Fleet Farm is your winter auto headquarters. Find everything you need. Check out our huge selection of tires from trusted brands. This week, you can save 20% on select Michelin or BF Goodrich tires when you buy a set of 4. Don't